Good morning, everyone. I wanted to hurry up and push this video out on this 1931 slant window Model A. I've had a couple of people that were interested, and I had not gotten a video on the car yet, so I definitely wanted to get that up on the ad. I'd hoped to take a video outside today, but it is pouring rain here in central Indiana, so we're going to try to do this from inside. But the first thing I need to do is apologize for the condition of my garage. It's kind of a pit right now. Got a lot of projects going on, and so there's a little bit of clutter. But we'll get right into this 1931 Model A. I'll give you a little bit of history on it. I purchased this car actually back in July, I believe, with the intent of using this as my long trip touring car. It's a much more comfortable car than my 31 two-door sedan. My wife loves this car. In fact, she's not real happy that I'm listing it, but she'd rather me sell the two-door, which is a possibility if you want to ask me about that. But that car is a completely restored, have to do nothing car too. And this one is pretty darn close to that too. But I'll get right into it. I purchased this car, like I said, back in July, I believe. The previous owners had it for about 40 years, and then the husband passed away. And I was lucky enough to get this car, and I've loved it. I really have. But I found my dream car, and so, which is not a Model A, unfortunately, but I am waiting for that car to arrive. Should be here tomorrow, so I'm trying to clear out space to make room for that car. But anyway, as you can see, it's a beautiful burgundy color. I don't recall what Ford called this color, but it has a vermilion red stripe on it. The wheels are red, or they may call it vermilion, I'm not sure. It has two side mount spare tires. It is a deluxe. And as I said in the ad, it is a slant window. Now, slant windows were built by Ford at the tail end of 1931. They were trying to compete with Lincoln. And so they wanted something that looked a little bit more sleek, but maybe wasn't up to that price range where people could afford it. But as you can see, this paint is much above average. The fenders are beautiful on it. I'll just do a little walk around here. The glass is very good. It's not laminated at all. This car also comes equipped with a trunk. I did put LED taillights on this car. However, I'm kind of a purist, so whatever original parts I take off a car, I keep those. So if someone wanted to go back to exactly how it would have been before, I still have the parts that came with the car. But the paint, like I said, is very, very nice. There are a few places, I don't know if you can see it in the video or not, where maybe it's just a little bit pitted. I mean, but you really have to look at it. There are no big chunks or cracking or anything that you would typically see on a Model A of this age. It's really beautiful. I have also upgraded to LED headlights. I don't drive a lot at night, but when I do, I want to be able to see deer. We live in kind of a rural area of Indiana, so I want to be able to see deer that are running out on the road. These wing windows are not etched. They are actually beveled. I believe these to be the original wing windows. So going to the interior, and I hope you can see this okay. Now, I wanted to let you know that I do have the floor mat for this car, and I will show you that. I have that floor mat out right now because I'm actually waiting for my friend Steve Mitchell from Mitchell Manufacturing to send me a Real Deal oil seal for the gearbox. It'll help slow down, leaks from the gearbox. If you know anything about Model A's, you know they're going to leak. If they're not leaking, they're probably empty of oil. So, but anything you can do to mitigate that, I really like it. I don't really like having my car's oil leak a lot of oil. But anyway, you'll see these additional knobs down here. That is for the BorgWarner overdrive, and that's a really cool feature. I don't drive my cars on the interstate, or at least I don't like to, but what it does is it will keep your engine from laboring so hard at at 50, 55 miles an hour, and it's great for climbing hills too. You can kind of see as I look around here, pan around, that this interior is like brand new. It's a brown mohair interior. Another nice thing about the slant windows is that they come with these cool sun visors, which most Model A's do not have. That was a luxury item. This car also has a really cool aftermarket clock. It's a wind-up clock, but it's cool to have. Okay, I purchased some seat belts. I had not installed the seat belts yet, but I would really recommend anybody that purchases this car to put seat belts in. And then we go around to the back here. Sorry, this is my little leather bag I carry with me with a few screwdrivers and that type of thing. It's got the pull handles here. It's got the rear curtain that you can pull down, which is nice to have, because if you've ever driven a Model A at night, you realize that you get a lot of back reflection on your windshield, and so it can kind of play tricks with your eyes. So they would pull down that curtain so that you wouldn't get that reflection from the headlights behind you. The other cool thing about this car is it has this little window here also rolls down by turning this knob, and those all work. All the windows work correctly. You can see the doors, they just shut great. So we will move over here to the engine compartment. I'm just going to lay this hood over, but this is also equipped with an aftermarket thing here. I can go ahead and put that on and show you how that works. So, anyway, this motor is something that you may not recognize in a Model A. This is actually a Model B motor. Someone had installed this. It looks much like the Model A motor, but it has more horsepower. A lot of these had balanced cranks. I do not believe this one has a balanced crank, but it has been totally rebuilt. It has insert bearings on both the crank and on the rods, so the piston rods. It has all upgraded bolts, AMD bolts in it. It's been nicely done, and I have a picture of that when I had the oil pan off. I took a picture so I can share that with you if you like. It has a new water pump. It has a downdraft carburetor, and if this one happens to have a fuel pump. So most Model A's are gravity fed. This one has a fuel pump. It really helps with the gas flow, and the downdraft carburetor, along with this header that's on here, boosts your horsepower probably about another 10 horsepower, which is really needed because these slant windows are unique in that they didn't have all wood floors like a typical Model A. What they started doing was they started putting steel tubs in the back part of these. So structurally, it makes it a nicer car. And the underneath side of this car, and I don't think I'm going to be able to show you a picture of that, but there's no rust on this car. I mean, it is so clean underneath. It really is a great car, and I've enjoyed it the short time I've had it. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me through Messenger, or you can send me an email. My email address is letterpressman@icloud.com, and I will be happy to answer any questions you have. I also keep all receipts for everything I've done to any of my cars. I keep a 3-ring binder. So this one's not real thick because I haven't had to do a whole lot to it yet, but just let me know. All right, thank you.